Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to design a necklace using the GGC treasure bag, summer fun. And these are the roundels that I received in the box. So I have been trying to make a necklace with it, but somehow it was not setting up. And then today morning I had a very nice idea of making a necklace which I like. So I'm going to use this pendant. As you guys can see, this has this Casey golden finish trim to it. I picked out some beads from my stash. These are the beads. This pendant came with the box. And this is Lavino seed beads. This is not a branded one, but it is an antique gold. And I wanted to separate this roundels with seed beads because they look very pretty with it, right? So I I wanted to use a bright like gold 11 seed beads. These are actually 12 seed beads. I wanted to use that, but then I didn't like the look of it. It made it too gaudy in my opinion, so I thought it's okay for me to mix this antique gold with the gold, because mixed metals is always a fashion right now. So I didn't want to use the silver as well, because the pendant is Casey golden. And then so it's gonna be right now I'm thinking a double strand necklace. It might change, guys, by the end of the video, almost 3/4 of the video. But the thing is, right now I'm thinking of a double strand. If not, a single strand will also do. First we will design the outer necklace, then we will design the necklace which comes inside. Okay, so I just added, I am using a bead stringing wire. For the tools for this video is, guys, a basic bead stringing wire. 7 strand would work, a 19 strand, a 49 strand. If you have, use them, that will work as well. It'll work beautiful. But I'm just going to use a 7 strand bead stringing wire because I feel the necklace is going to be, I mean, for a bracelet I would suggest the 49 strand. Makes sense because it's a lot of wear and tear and you just keep fidgeting with it. Some people do that, so it's better to have 49 strand, which is really flexible at the same time, very sturdy. And 19 strand you can use for a necklace, and I'm using 7 strand. I'm okay with it. So that's what I'm using, and I'm using a non-branded 11 seed beads because I'm just gonna string it. If I'm doing a bead weaving project, then I would use either Toho or Mayuki or Beadalon. What do we say? Bead landing. I mean, yeah. No, sorry, not bead landing. Bead landing is Michael's brand, but check glass beads will also do seed beads. So if I'm just stringing, I prefer to use the cheaper beads because it doesn't matter really. So I just strung these roundels separated by the seed beads. Then what I did was, I pulled out these findings. These are I believe 4 millimeter round, smooth round beads, and this is like a flat spacer, but really substantial spacer. I want the pendant to be in the middle of the necklace with where do I see that? With our clasp. Okay, so this is the clasp that we received in the box. I utilized almost every spring ring clasp in the gold color. This is my last one. I'm gonna use this. So I want this to come and kind of join here, I would say. This is what I'm gonna do. I know one side is a little bit different than the other sides. We'll deal with that later. And I want some crimp beads. So this is, as I said, this clasp is going to come in the middle, and this is gonna drop here, and then I will continue this with the other strand, and there will be a clasp in the back as well. For that I'm thinking to use a lobster claw clasp because that's the one which I feel it's very secure. So I have a size 2 crimp. These are beadline crimps, and I'm going to flat crimp it. So I'm gonna take this. So how long I strung the beads? It's about a little shy of 8 inches is what I did. Little shy of 9 inches is what I did. And then add it to this loop of ours, and then come back. So I didn't use a crimp bead because there is a round bead here which is a 4mm, right? So if there is a small bead right here, it has to be on the other side as well, so it wouldn't match. So that's the reason. Maybe I can use a crimping plier. Let me see, where did I... So this is the crimping pliers. If you are new to crimping, so this is the crimping pliers. It has two divots, one which is an oval shape, as you guys can see. One, it's like a nut shape, kind of a cashew nut shape kind of a thing. So that's closer to the handle. You go with that horizontally first. Place the crimp bead or crimp tube, whichever you want to crimp, inside that second divot, which is closer to your handle, and go ahead and give it a squish. That will separate the wire and enclose it like that. And then go ahead and go vertically with the first divot, and then press it. So if you want, you can snip off this tail, but you can also put it on top of the bead. Since my beads have a bigger hole and I know that it'll accommodate, I don't want to trim the tail. Oops. There we go. So the thing is, let's see if the 11 goes on top, otherwise we can trim at that point. Yes, it is getting hard for it. So let's just trim a little bit. Sorry, I bumped the camera. Okay. Now that that's secure, move all the beads down. Sorry, I'm a little bit off camera here. So I moved all the beads down. Keep it in a U format, and I'm gonna snip off here as well, because so I'm just gonna leave some space, like about say 2 inches or so, and snip that off. Oops. So if you have bead stopper, go ahead and use a bead stopper so that you don't have to deal with the short tail anymore multiple times, right? So that's done. So this is how it looks. Obviously we want this to look like that. Hold on. And I want this here. So for this attachment, you need a jump ring, and you rather need a smaller jump ring but a thicker jump ring. So I'm just gonna take a jump ring from my stash, take my bent nose pliers and twisted nose pliers to open a jump ring. I really like that way, so I have more of a control on that. And then I take this and then go twist, Just pry open how much ever you want to. Do not open it a lot, because what happens is you will distort the shape for sure. And try and wiggle. Yeah, there we go. And now hold your tweezers nose pliers right there. Take your bent nose pliers, the bent part of the pliers, just hold it there, and then go back and forth, twist, 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 and there it is, secure, nicely closed. So we did that, but that's okay. It's upside down, as you guys can see, but that's fine. You can just twist the necklace this way and then have this here. So the other part of the necklace needs to be done. I'm not thinking of opening this and removing the pendant, but if you want, you can. Let's string the next strand, the other side, other strand, and then I'll come back and show you guys what I got. I finished stringing the second strand as well, and then I added the focal beads, the 4mm round, the spacer, the 4mm round, and the crimp bead. So I wanted to tell you guys something. I wanted to use this big jump ring for the other side, but this is an open jump ring, okay? And I'm not so sure, like I always get paranoid that it will come off. So I chose this ring, which is smaller, as you guys can see, which worked very well with my thinking process. I tried to put it inside before crimping, right? And it didn't go past this window, right? The lock, because this is pretty thick and I think it didn't accommodate that. Maybe the shape of it, something that. But what I thought was, that's perfect, right? I don't want my loop to be going all the way down. If I keep it this way, right, and this comes this way, only the pendant will move. The strand won't move. That way the necklace will be perfect. So you guys will understand once I'm done with it. So all I'm doing is I'm adding this to the clasp, and then I'm going to crimp it again. Coming back through the crimp. Make sure the loop is as same as the other side. You don't want this bigger or smaller. Make sure the wires are not crisscrossed inside. Take your crimping pliers, go horizontally with the second divot and give it a squish, and then vertically with the first one. Okay, and if you want, you can snip off a little bit. Now you can move all of these down. Okay. This is how it will look. So now I'm gonna cut again here. We're gonna finish this off. So one side I have a little bit more beads than the other. I'm just going to go ahead and crimp in the back. I'm going to use this lobster claw clasp, the big one, and then I'm going to use a jump ring. So I finished this crimping this side, and I want to add, see, I crimped it with the loop again, similar to this. I have it on the other side, so that's kind of, nice balance. I open up this thick jump ring and then I add it. I didn't want to add the crimp. I didn't want to do the crimp with this open jump ring because, as I said, I always get paranoid. So this way it'll be easier. Plus, this is a bigger jump ring and it can go very well with this. As you guys can see, this is how this necklace is. You can finish it at this point and it'll be beautiful. You can finish it at this point and call it a day. So this is how it looks in the front and this is how it looks in the back. But if you want, you can do adjusting chain, a little bit of a chain over here, so it's nice and big, and then you can adjust the length of the necklace. That's that. If you want to do a second strand, I wanted to do a second strand in the start. For some reason, this is kind of, it always goes like this for some reason. Let me just do this. Yeah. So you can actually take this strand of the crystal and beads and then make another strand like that inside this necklace. So it will tie the color very nicely, even though it's nice and contrast with this, like not a contrast, I would say, nice and dark and pretty. You can also do that. So thank you so much for watching. If you do like this tutorial, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos a couple of times. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye bye. See you in the next video.